Are we in an era now where we're not going to be, and I say we, those who might oppose a particular point of view, I'll just leave it at that. It typically falls in one way. When we talk about cancel culture, the woke culture, it's almost always conservatives that have ended up having to bend the knee, bow out, pull themselves out of contention for a nomination or something like that. Has the worm turned, I guess is my question, to your column? Are we reaching an uncancelable era where people can ride out accusations like this on the conservative side?
Well, one would hope so. I was just taking, in writing this piece, I was taking an inventory, just a partial inventory of our freedoms. The outgoing administration censored conservatives online. It sent the FBI to talk to conservatives about their social media posts. It tried to jail its political rival and, in fact, did imprison some of his supporters. It hid the president's mental condition until it was too glaring. It ignored the Supreme Court ruling on student loan forgiveness. It actively facilitated an illegal immigrant invasion and imprisoned even the most peaceful January 6th protesters. All of this is anti-free speech. It's anti-rule of law, and frankly, it's un-American. It's anti-American. One election is not going to fix all this, especially when you think about the fact that so many people in the government, in the deep state, went along with all this, and so many people went along with it on November 5th. You have to ask yourself why. And the conclusion that I come to is that schools have failed utterly in teaching Americans about America. The only way to fix this, you can't do this with one election, the only way to fix this is with a more America-friendly education system and a founder-style reliance on God.
You know, Michael, I heard the former host of Meet the Press, I don't know what he does now, Chuck Todd, on a podcast with Chris Cillizza, who I think is with CNN, or maybe I'm not sure where they are now. But anyway, they're doing a podcast, and they're very angry and animated at Joe Biden. And they're angry because they say he and his wife, First Lady Jill Biden, were selfish in even running for the presidency now because of their daughter-in-law Hallie's addiction, along with their son's addiction, and that if they had been personally invested in their family, the selfless thing to do would be to not run. I don't remember hearing that from members of the media when Joe Biden declared his candidacy. Do you?
No, I don't. And, a lot of people blame Jill Biden as well for having had to know about his mental condition and still running with it. And the fact of the matter is that they stayed with this candidacy much longer than benefited the Democrat Party. By the time that he bowed out, it was too late for another candidate to come forward, certainly through a democratic process, which she didn't, and to establish herself as a legitimate major party candidate. It was just too late. And so there were a lot of people, and I think this needs to be investigated. There were a lot of people involved in the cover-up of Joe Biden's mental condition. And it goes from the Democratic Party to the inner circle of the White House, but also to the media.